without V-Ray, we're not going to get too much into rendering, but I did have a couple of questions about how to map materials. So this, we're just going to show you how to map by layer. So if we have three objects in our scene, again, obviously this is not what your scene will look like. If we go to layer and we just go ahead and make these onto three different layers, what we can do is we can pull up our gear over here and go to materials. Obviously your material editor in V-Ray is going to look different than this, but I'm just going to show you how to do the sort of basic concept to this, and then you can sort of map what you're learning here into V-Ray. So if we click the plus sign here, we're going to create a new material. That material, you can create whatever you like. I'm going to create plaster here. We'll name it plaster 01, and we'll leave it as white. I'll make another plaster material. We'll name that plaster 02, and we'll make that, let's say, a darker shade of gray. And then we'll make another plaster material. We'll call that, where's my rename? We'll call that plaster 03, and we'll make that a darker shade. So now what we can do is, and this is going to look fairly similar in your V-Ray interface, so you can right click and go assign to layers. It's going to ask you what layer you want to assign that to, so we can go through and do it this way. So what this will help you avoid doing is assigning to certain objects. So if you right click, you see there's assign to objects, assign to layers of objects, assign to layers, and then select objects. So I would suggest you use this assign to layers piece because it's going to be much easier to assign just to a full-on layer. So that's how you're going to map to multiple objects at once. So obviously any object that's on my red layer here will get that plaster 02 material. Any object on my purple layer will get that plaster 03. Anything on my default will get plaster 01. So this is going to translate pretty well into V-Ray as well. And this is the sort of same process you would go through there.